Welcome, welcome, dear student, in one another session. Myself, Mrs. Darshana Sandeep Shinde from KK Institute of Pharmacy, Chandori, Nasik. Today we deal with the biphasic dosage forms, that is emulsion and suspension. It is a topic in the introduction to the dosage forms. Let's start our session. Learning outcomes of our today's session. After watching this video, students should able to understand what is meant by emulsion, types of the emulsion, identification test for emulsion, suspension, what is meant as suspension, and types of the suspension. Let's see. First of all, we see what is meant by biphasic liquid dosage forms. The liquid which consists of two phases are known as the biphasic liquids. Example of its emulsion and suspension. In a general, both the phases are liquid, while in a suspension, there are finely divided solids are dispersed in a liquid which act as a continuous phase. There are two types, emulsion and suspension. We see one by one. First of all, we see the emulsions. Emulsion is an biphasic liquid preparation containing two immiscible liquids. In the emulsion, there are two immiscible liquids. That means those liquids which are not miscible with each other, one of the which is dispersed as a minute globules. And among that two liquids, one is the dispersed as a minute globule into the other. The liquid which is converted into the minute globule is called as the dispersed phase. Here is the dispersed phase. When dispersed phase, the liquid converted into the minute globule is called as the dispersed phase, and liquid which is in which the globules are dispersed, the liquid in which globules are dispersed are known as the continuous phase. There are two phases in the emulsion: dispersion phase and continuous phase. Normally, two immiscible liquid cannot be dispersed for a long period. So, emulsifying agent is added into this system to form the proper emulsion or to form a stable emulsion. In this, it form a film around the globules. If we added the emulsifying agent, this emulsifying agent form a globule in order to scatter them and indefinitely in the continuous phase so that they form a stable emulsion. Then we see the types of the emulsion. There are two types of the emulsion: oil in water type, that is O by W emulsion, in which oil is a dispersed phase, whereas water is a continuous phase. There is one shortcut. Remember to easily remember two kinds of emulsion. That is, here is a oil in water type, that is O by W. First, O is come first, that is O means oil. Oil is here is a dispersion phase, and W second, that is a continuous phase. First one is a dispersion phase, second is a continuous phase, in which oil is a dispersed phase and water is a continuous phase. O by W type of the emulsion are preferred for the internal use. In these emulsions, gum acacia, tragacanth, methyl cellulose, saponin synthetic substances, and soaps are formed from the monovalent bases. The synthetic soaps are formed from the monovalent bases. Here is used as an emulsifying agent, not from the divalent. Then next type is a water in oil type. Here is W by O. W is come first, that is W is the dispersion phase, and O is the second one, and O is a continuous phase. Water in oil type of phase, in which water is a dispersed phase, whereas oil is a continuous phase. The wool, fat, resin, beeswax, soap from the divalent basis. Here is the soap from the divalent basis are used in this W by O type of the emulsion as an emulsifying agent. W by emulsions are mainly used for externally as a lotions or in the form of the creams. Here is the water in oil type of emulsion, and this is the oil in water type of emulsion. In this C, these are the dispersion phase, and this one is a continuous phase. In oil type, this is a oil, and here water as a dispersed phase. Then we see the following test we see the different tests used for the identification of the emulsions. For identification of O by W and W by O type of emulsion, there are some tests. First one, four kind of the test: dilution test, and then conductivity test, fluorescent test are used for the identification. First of all, we see the dilution test. The emulsion is diluted with the water. In this case, emulsion remains the stable after its dilution. It is a O by W emulsion. The O by W by O by if an emulsion is a O by W, that means in that water is a continuous phase. If we added the water, the emulsion is still be remain stable. That means water is continuous phase. If we added more water, there is no change. But if the emulsion is W by O, that means the water in oil. Here oil is the continuous phase. If we added the water in that, that emulsion break down or breaks out its dilution with the water. But if we added W by O emulsion, oil, it remains the same or it remains the stable one. This diagram states more clearly O by W emulsion. If we added in that water, there is no change. But in that, if we added little bit quantity of oil, it will be separated out. This is, and then second figure denoted the W by O emulsions. If in that, if we added the oil, there is no change. But in this, if we added the little bit of water, it will be get separated out. This is the dilution test. Then next is the dye test. In the dye test, scarlet dye, amaranth dye, these kinds of the dyes are used. Scarlet dye is a oil soluble dye. If it is mixed with the emulsion and a place drop of the emulsion on the microscope and covered it with the cover slip and examined it under the microscope, the dispersed globule appear as a red on the ground, colorless. And emulsion is a O by W type and a reverse condition in case of the W by O type of the emulsion. That is, the dispersion globules appear colorless in the ground. Here is with amaranth dye. Amaranth dye is a water soluble dye. What happened in this? In this is the O by W. Amaranth dye is the water soluble. Amaranth dye, the red color, it's mixed in the continuous phase, and oily phase are remain colorless, are separated out. And when this amaranth dye is mixed with the W by O emulsion, water droplet gets only colored, and oil is a continuous phase which is not colored one, which is observed under the microscope. This is the dye test. After that, a conductivity test. Water is a good conductor of the electricity, whereas oil is a non-conductor of the electricity. The conductivity test can be performed by dipping a pair of electrode connected through a low voltage bulb in the emulsion. This is the two conductors. This is the bulb. If the bulb glows on the passing the electronic current, the emulsion is W by O by W type. If the bulb is glow and that means its emulsion has the O by W type. That means oil in water type. Water is a continuous phase. Water is a good conductor of the electricity. That's why bulb is glow, because water is a continuous phase. In this case, bulb is and if our emulsion has the O by W type of emulsion. In this case, O by W type of emulsion, that means oil in when is oil in a continuous phase, emulsion bulb is not a glow, because oil in this case oil is in a continuous phase. This is the conductivity test for the identification of the emulsion. Then next test is a fluorescence test. Certain fixed oil possesses the property of the fluorescing in the presence of the ultraviolet radiation. On the microscopic evaluation of the emulsion under the ultraviolet radiation, the whole field fluorescence indicate that the oil is present in the continuous phase. Some fixed oil has the property of fluorescing in presence of the UV radiation. If the emulsion have the if in emulsion oil is used, that kind of oil is used, the specific kind of the fluorescence in a O by W emulsions, or in oil type of emulsions, we get such a kind of scenario. In this oil, whole oil shows the specific kind of fluorescence, but in a O by W type of emulsion, there is oil in a droplet phase, and only oil shows the fluorescence. Then we see the emulsions of three of types of according to their use: emulsion for the oral administration, emulsion for the intravenous administration, and emulsion for the external administration. Emulsion for the oral administration, these are generally O by W types. Oil and water types of emulsions are used for the administration of the medicinal oils. Emulsification helps to mask the disagreeable taste and the oily feel of the medicinal oil, thus increases the palatability. Example of is liquid paraffin emulsion, which is not palatable in a original form, but in emulsion form it is a palatable. Then next we see the intravenous emulsions. Oil soluble hormones, vitamin A, D, K, are administered intravenous injections. The emulsified oils are also injected as the diagnostic aid. These emulsions should have small globular size and must be sterile one. These are specific kinds of hormones. Oil soluble vitamins can be given by this way. Emulsions for the external use. Emulsions for the external application may be O by W or W by O types of emulsions. When a drug is emulsified at the rate of the penetration to the skin may be reduced. It helps for the prolonged action of the drug. Generally, emulsions for application to the skins are semi-solid at the room temperature and are considered as an excellent vehicle. Then we see the suspensions. Suspensions are the biphasic liquid dosage forms of the medicament in which finely divided solid particles are dispersed in a liquid or semi-solid vehicle. In the suspension, there is only one single phase, but there is no oil is added, but still it is known as the biphasic liquid dosage form, because in these solids are divided very finely divided and they are dispersed in the liquid. They are not soluble in the liquid. The solid particle act as a dispersed phase where liquid act as a continuous phase. The suspensions are generally taken orally and parenteral route. They are also used for the external applications. These days, many suspensions are supplied as a dry powders, which are converted into the suspension by adding the specific amount of vehicle before its use. This is done to ensure the stability of the suspension. There are different kinds of suspension: ampicillin suspension for oral suspension, insulin zinc suspension, amorphous, crystalline, etc. Then we see the ideal suspension's qualities or properties. It should be settled slowly and should be radially redispersed on gentle shaking of the container. The particle size of the suspension remain fairly constant throughout the long period for the undisturbed standing. Then suspension should pour radially even from its container. It should be free from the large particles which spoil its appearance and give a gritty taste to the preparations, and also causes irritation to the sensitive tissue when it is applied externally. Then we see the packaging of the storage of the suspension. All the suspension should be packed in a container having adequate air above the liquids to permit the adequate shaking. The oral suspension should be packed in a wide mouth bottle to permit the prompt removal of the suspension. Suspension had a secondary label shake well before use. For that kind, it should have the proper size. The suspension should be stored in a tight container protected from the freeze, excessive heat and the light. The suspension should be shaken before it's used to ensure a uniform distribution of the solid in the vehicle, thereby giving a uniform proper dosage. Then we see the difference between this, or there are two types of the suspension: flocculated suspension and deflocculated suspension. Here we see the difference between the flocculated suspension and the deflocculated suspension. In that we see the what is meant by flocculated suspension, what is meant by deflocculated suspension. Flocculated suspensions are the particles of the dispersed phase agreed or it form an aggregate to form a loose network like the structure. In that there is a loose network. Sedimentation rate of flocculated suspension is very high. Sedimentation form is a loosely packed and does not form a hard cake. In a flocculated suspension, the sedimentation rate is very high. Sedimentation loosely pack and do not form a hard cake. Sedimentation can easily redisperse on the shaking. If we shaking gently, it will be redispersed one. And lack of elegance, since the particles of the dispersed phase tends to separate from the dispersion medium. Here is lack of elegance, since the particles from the dispersion phase are separated from the dispersed medium. Clearly one. Then we see the deflocculated suspensions. The particles of the dispersed phase remain separate entities. In these particles are remain as a separate entities. Sedimentation rate is low. They are sedimented in a rate is very low as compared to the flocculated suspension. Sedimentation form is tightly packed. If the sedimentation is formed, or once the sedimentation is formed, it is a packly one and it form a hard cake, and it is difficult to redisperse sedimentation on the gentle shaking, or it is very difficult to uh, redisperse the sediment on the shaking one. The elegance, its appearance is elegance because of the uniform appearance of the suspension. Here is the deflocculated suspension. They look the elegant because the appearance is looking, they should look like a uniform and their sedimentation rate is low. But if there is a form of the sediment, it will be form a hard cake. This is the difference between the flocculated suspension and the deflocculated suspension. In this session, we cover the point what is meant by emulsion, then types of the emulsion, identification test for the emulsion, what is meant by suspension, and types of the suspensions. Thank you very much for attending this session. Thank you.